Hey, Soul Surfers. River here on this Tuesday night, 8th of August 2023. Happy portaling. Some of you may be enjoying the Lion's Gate. Some of you may be learning more about it and enjoying it as well. And we just got out of our Tuesday night circle, Chacho Busing, and got the inspiration to come here and share a little bit for you. You all have been doing such amazing work. Everybody doing their piece in different ways, learning from your mistakes and the heartbreak and moving forward, moving beyond your sorrow and understanding your own feelings. Those are really, really heavy lifting, right? And as we're speaking, look, be fluid pops out. Be fluid with that heavy lifting and use your knees. Be fluid. Number 10, the number 10, everything that goes along with the number 10. It's creating heaven on earth, that physical matter, completing cycles. Like we were saying, being fluid, learning to be fluid with that. What a beautiful representation. And you've been learning to practice compassion with yourself. You may also enjoy calling on different spiritual guides like Archangel Zadkiel, calling on different guides for assistance with that compassion, exercising compassion with yourself. For perhaps instances where you tripped and fell, mirrored the madness before you were able to summon adoption spirit magic. Compassion for yourself, what you may have done while you were a part of the adoption fairy tales and the gypsy myths, forgiveness for yourself, for what you may have done in those circumstances, and also for others, forgiveness for others, and Zadkiel may assist with that. I'm also being called to remind you about Archangel Michael and his blue flame and the white light of the love of Source, the ultimate protection, that love. Calling in those colors to assist you if that resonates, and also the violet flame, but the white light and the blue flame, you may call all of those in to just add the extra layers of protection. When you are practicing exercising that compassion, it's like one thing to forgive and understand, and then being able to actually exercise the compassion for yourself and others. And thank you for being extra gentle with yourself. You are working miracles and working magic, this deep cellular healing, working back generations and generations forward by the work that you're doing, healing generations back and generations forward with the work that you're doing. And getting the affirmation your ancestors are supporting you in this work, your ancestors here in the highest love and light, and you know who they are. And there's also some who are still working things out on their own, and that's gotta be all right. And just as you don't perhaps take advice from somebody who has been unsuccessful in marriage, perhaps you don't take their advice for marriage. You know what I'm saying? So same thing, you use your gift of discernment. But all that to say, you've been working on deep cellular healing. You can celebrate that, those breakthroughs and that growth. I mean, serious work, dismantling adoption fairy tales, gypsy myths. You can fill in the blank. Maybe it's for you patriarchy, maybe it's matriarchy, maybe the tyranny just covers it all. Maybe it's the grief struck by loss feels more fair to you than any of those. It's the amygdala response that you're helping dismantle and stepping into that adoption spirit magic. But you can celebrate your growth, and that is super, super exciting time for celebration, especially after the heavy lifting you've been doing that we were speaking of. And that number 7, you may also use to assist you leaning into your celebration, remembering that 7 assists with any boundary issues. So you can add that in however you enjoy, whether you sing songs about the number 7 or visualize it or do art pieces and add that into your celebration. But all of this to say, you've come a long way. You've been through a lot. Not to minimize it, but just to express and honor that, and to say you can be, you've developed to that place where you can be more fluid, and you can celebrate your growth and your breakthroughs. And also another piece that was coming up to me as I was preparing for this reading for you all, the Ajna chakra, your third eye chakra, and the planet associated with that, Uranus, and the god Urania, reminding us to focus playfully, that playful focus, that playful philosophizing about life. Like adoption spirit magic is playful. Thinking about how to adopt success for one and all instead of cycling the fight, flight, freeze, fuck, fawn cycles. So that Ajna chakra, your third eye, tapping into your intuition, maybe calling Uranus, the planet, or Urania, the goddess, to assist you in this, to tap into your own playful philosophies and what resonates for you, alternative ways of looking at reality to help you play through in the highest love and light. Not to say you're sweeping stuff under the carpet, or you're living in la la land and fairy tales or myths. No, not at all. You're playing through and creating this new earth and grounding in this joyful, peaceful way of life. And so leaning into your own playfulness and your own philosophies that resonate with you, and creating your own that works for you, because we're all different psychosocial science experiments, right? And what works for you might not work for me. And so just to really honor you and to make this reading more meaningful to you, and you can explore that, your philosophy, and how, if you were just given free rein, what would your philosophy look like? And in that playful way, coming from the healed heart as opposed to the broken heart. We've done all this work through the pandemic, even before, going back to 2009, 2003, everything you've learned since then, just huge, how far you've come. You're not even the same person. You've stepped out of the adoption fairy tales, that fog. You've stepped out of the gypsy myth, that fog, and you're living in this reality. And it's so challenging. Some people don't make it, right? And some people would prefer to do other things than to do this. You stuck with it, and so now you get to lean into your playfulness and your philosophies, and really leaning into how you are going to continue to develop your philosophy as you keep changing and developing for life, as you and life keep changing, and playing with that knowledge and the intelligences. The motorcycle's affirming it. So all of those jumped out before I got to this part of the reading. So let's keep diving deeper, and you are a whole, full, powerful, loving, spiritual being, and so am I. And we thank your source, spirit, team, angels, galaxy guides, ancestors, saints, sages, gods, goddesses, universes here for the highest love and light, as well as mine. And we thank your source and my source for immediately shifting the situations into what they need to be, offering necessary insights, healings, acts of grace, protection. Heartily, we are grateful. So it was. So it was. So it was. So it was. Amen. Amen. Carry on. Thank you for making it abundantly clear. I apologize. Woohoo! Summon the rain. Oh my. I was gonna, and on the bottom, practice daily. So beautiful. The number 8, I love it, because we had the number 7. Today's the 8th. That on its side, it's that number of infinity. So much beauty there. Let's see how we can see all these cards. Be fluid. There we are. breakthroughs, and then we have some in the rain. 35, which also adds up to an 8. I love that. 8, 9. Where's the 9? And that 9 is representative of harmony, erasing your karma. You've done the work. Interesting. I love that. So the 35 adds up to that 8. It's that number of karma. It's that number of power. So much fun with the numerology. And then some in the rain. We had today a tornado warning, and it actually hit down a couple towns over. God bless it. God bless us all, however you call God. And thunder, lightning, and so interesting that this comes up, and it's reminding me emotions are like water. Emotions are like water. And then this indigenous spirit guide is reminding me of a saying of the indigenous people in, I believe, North America. Tears are rainbows to your soul. Tears are rainbows to your soul. And some in the rain, allowing your feelings to flow. For orphans, adoptees, so many of us, maybe I can speak for myself, there's this lack of feeling, not knowing how to feel your own feelings, not knowing how to cry. And at a certain point in my life, I think it was around 17 or 18, I realized, oh my God, I don't even know how to cry. I'm not crying at the proper places. Like I'm too busy expected to feel other people's feelings, and I don't even know what my feelings are. And so it became a goal of mine to learn how to feel my feelings and to cry my own tears. And that was part of how I came to start playing my own cards, which we talked about in our Tuesday night circles prior to this session. You may enjoy joining that if that sounds interesting to you. But the sun and the rain, your emotions are like water, learning to feel your feelings. And that's a lot of the work that you've been doing through the pandemic, through the past decade, since 2009, 2003. There's these different points that have been coming up that we've been working on through astrology. You can check out with your preferred astrologist to dig deeper into that. What's also calling out to me, oh my gosh, I'm so hot right now, just to hydrate. It's really warm right now. And so summoning the rain, making sure you're hydrated, how much of our body and Mother Earth's body is water, and to bless that water and to bless that rain and to really enjoy it and love it and just appreciate it. All the different ways we can do that, whether you're in the ocean, whether you're drinking fresh water, whether you're taking an Epsom salt bath, whether you're doing a rain dance. I'm reminded of Greg Braden. Maybe some of you are familiar with him and his series. And he did a rain dance with an elder, and it was so interesting to hear his experience in manifesting that. And you may enjoy tuning into that as well to help this reading be more meaningful for you. And this is so beautiful, especially on this 8-8 portal, this Lionsgate portal, manifesting this new way of life that you've been working so hard to clear the space for, dismantling. Oh my God, is it ever going to end? And here it is, and you're building anew, and so exciting. And that be fluid, helping take some of the pressure off of that task, because this is a big task. We're building a new earth and honoring our feelings and moving from that point instead of stop crying or I'll give you a reason to cry, right? We've dismantled that old way of life where we need to stop crying. And now we get to cry when we need to cry, and we get to own our feelings and appreciate ourselves and others in that way. And what a difference that makes for yourself, for the people around you, for Mother Earth. So beautiful, so beautiful. And you may enjoy leaning into this more when the storms come in your area and your safe, sound space. Make sure you're staying safe and sound, please. Steering clear of danger, of course. Such a beautiful reading, such beautiful readings and reminders. Some in the rain. And you may also enjoy exploring the different indigenous groups in your area and appreciating them in new, exciting ways, and celebrating your successes, your breakthroughs, your growth. Just tremendous how far you've come, especially if you just think back to the turn of the century where you were. Some, some of you are like, I wasn't even here yet. Practice daily. What practices daily can help you ground you in this that you can really enjoy? It's something to explore. And this is reminding me, to help make this daily practice more effective, you may explore deeper into the element behind your sign, or the main elements behind your signs. For example, if you got more fire in your chart, you may need to change up your routines to make sure that this daily practice keeps happening. Otherwise, you might get bored, you might drop it off, right? And if you're perhaps an earth sign, perhaps no, you just need the same thing every day, and that's how you're going to manage to effectively practice daily. So leaning into the emphasis in your chart, whether it's earth, fire, air, or water, may help you as you rebuild this new earth in this beautiful way, this peaceful way where you're honoring your feelings and that of others, just expanding time and space in these miraculous ways, steering clear of danger, walking away instead of forced march, walking away instead of fighting the good fight. This whole new way of life. These may assist you. And then Consciously Complete is on the bottom of the deck. So beautiful. I'll let you meditate on that as we close out. So those are your messages for this evening as we step through the Lion's Gate, and we are closing out old chapters of where we've dismantled this old way of life, stepped out of the adoption fairy tale fog, stepped out of the gypsy myth fog, and now we're rebuilding these new realities with these wonderful creative solutions, owning ourselves, stepping into ourselves, being able to feel our own feelings instead of being expected to put others before us. So beautiful, liberating ourselves, freeing will to develop as it wishes. So beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's just tremendous, breathing this life into adoption spirit magic. So that is it for now. Until next time, I love you all. How do I... This is the first time. Let's see. Oh my, this is pretty funny because I can't see how to shut it. Thank you for being patient with me. No filter. There's my lights. This is very exciting. Share. No.